On this episode of RC Kicks, we're covering everything over the last year, upcoming projects, all the goals and targets that I have for 2021, as well as if you stay to the end, there is a little surprise for you all. Right, let's run the VT.
Hello and welcome to RC Kicks. That's it, that's right.
Welcome to RC Kicks Halloween special. Hey guys, I've got something amazing to tell you and show you, but you gotta keep it quiet. If the wife finds out, only one thing stands between you and your new prize. You've just gotta get it inside. No!
If you watched the previous episode, link up here, let's have a look at what's inside the box. So really beautifully presented, loads of really nice metal parts in this one, very reminiscent of those old vintage. After all my hard work, I can now connect up the front member. So we're on page 8, step number 12.
Rebecca said member. Hi and welcome to RC Kicks. On today's show, well, we're going to do a roundup of the last year on RC Kicks, as well as what I plan to do in 2021, upcoming projects, challenges, things I want to do and improve on, as well as talk about things that have gone on in the last 12 months. So we'll kick off with the channel roundup news first. I've got my notes and I've tried to make some kind of order to it so it stops me from ranting on for hours and hours and hours. So channel news. Well, a lot of you will probably know, and a lot of new subscribers probably won't, that I actually started doing this full-time 6 months ago now. So I gave up my full-time job and started doing this. Yeah. As you probably know, that means I'm not exactly a genius, but hey, we carry on anyway. So the channel in the last year, so I went back and I looked through all the stats and everything. So from the 31st of the 10th 2019 to the 31st of the 10th 2020, the channel grew by 8,470 subscribers. Now I know in the grand scheme of things that's not a lot, but for a channel that was this size when I started a year ago was 3,250, and we've now just ticked over 11,720 subscribers. But one thing that was really positive, I was really happy to see, in the last 2 months alone, we have grown 20%. So the channel has grown by 20% in just 2 months, which is fantastic. So hopefully we will keep seeing a snowballing effect, a compounding effect as we move forward. Now the target for next year is to try and get, this time next year, is to get to 24,000 subscribers, but I'll come on to that in a bit later on. The Facebook RC Kicks group, if you don't know it, the link is below, has also grown by 38% in the last 2 months alone. So it's fantastic to see such progress being made. Now, as for the goals, so the goals that I've set out, and I had a good think about what I want to achieve in the next 12 months. So the first one is the Bugrad track. Now, some of you probably don't know what that is, but I have a little tiny track in the garden where I run cars and we set some times on the leaderboard. Now, I'm only kind of dabbling in this towards the end of this year because I wasn't sure whether people would be interested in it or not, but you guys seem to really like it. So now that I know it's become part of the channel, I will invest more money in it. So there is some improvements that are going to come. Now, one of those has just come now, and that is this has arrived. What is it? Well, this is a full timing system from Lap Monitor. Lap Monitor sent it to me and it arrived this morning. So I can use this little device and it will give me accurate times for cars around the track. So that is fantastic. So that is a definite improvement over me using the little app on my phone to get the time. So that was brilliant. And there's transponders that go in the car. So I can also, with this, do multiple cars around the track and time against each other. So that will be really cool. So that's an improvement already just arrived. What else have we got? The cones are going to go, and I'm going to do new edging in rope because it doesn't really work on the camera. The cones works for me driving, but not for you guys. So that's going to go. Also, I'm thinking if there's any RC sponsors out there that would like to have their name on a board next to the track while I'm driving around, get in contact because that would be quite cool as well. That I could have your name, so it will be around the outside of the Boogerad track. I'll put it on spikes so it will stick up. So that'd be quite good. So get in contact, Gavin Evans at RCKicks.com. What else? I need some of the boring stuff behind the scenes that you guys don't really see. I use a Mac computer, but it's getting on a bit now, so it can't do certain things. Like I want to upgrade to do 4K videos. Also, the editing software that I use is free on the Mac, and I'm now bumping into the limitations of what I can actually achieve with it. And there's a lot more I want to do to improve the videos from an editing point of view, but I can't. And to add the extra editing software, I need more power. So at some point I'm going to splash out an absolute fortune to get a new computer, and then that should unlock the possibility for me to then do in 4K, because at the moment my camera that I'm talking to you on can do 4K, but my computer cannot cope with editing 4K at all. So that's another goal for me this year. I need to get a new camera. The camera I'm talking to you on now is a GoPro, and that does do 4K, but I've now got it set to 1080p. That's brilliant for putting on cars and stuff like that and having on outside driving, but inside in the studio it's not very good because it suffers from an overheating problem in the summer months, and also I can't adjust the focus depths and things like that. So it has some limitations, and it's a bit buggy and a bit crashy to have as my permanent studio camera. So at some point I'm going to get myself a proper DSLR 4K camera. Yeah, you can see this is all getting expensive next year, right? So that's another target. I've just upgraded this year the sound quality, but there's another step that I want to do with that. Basically building on what I've done already with the hardware that I have, but I want to step it up so that basically you have stereo from this side and that side. So as I turn and move around the studio, the sound will move with me instead of just focusing straight on me now. Anyway, it's a bit boring, geeky stuff, and I kind of like that. So there we go. Right, what else? The biggest one is obviously the new studio. So this little tiny studio, we will be moving out of here and we'll be moving into a studio 3 times bigger. So that's fantastic. So I'm going to be kicking that off in January. I've got ideas and layouts, and I will share that whole build process and thinking with you as well. If you'd be interested, comment below. Oh, I want to bring tanks to the channel, trucks. So I will be adding a tank hopefully next year, big Tamiya tank. They're very expensive, but I really want to add one of those to the show, full build video and everything, as well as I want to do a Tamiya truck. So whether the tank will come before the truck or vice versa, I don't know. I'm talking to people about getting one, but obviously they're a vast investment. But hey, I really like the idea of adding new things to the channel. It's not just a Tamiya channel, it's all RC stuff. So about expanding out from that. I want to add one basher, like a big Traxxas or something, quite a large, but they're quite a big investment again, but I want to add one to the channel so we can go and bash the living daylights out of it and add a whole different sort of set of content as well. I'm not sure what it will be, but it will be a 6S monster of some sort. I want to get a 3D printer. Now that when I move into the new studio, it'll be much bigger. I'll have more room. I want to, with another computer as well, that's more powerful. I want to get a 3D printer in and start playing around with modding and changing and making parts just for entertainment and fun. My ideal goal would be to do a scratch built RC car as well for a bit of fun, but we'll start a bit smaller than that with little modifications and things to the cars that I have. So that will be a whole other area of the channel as well, doing 3D printing and stuff like that. Improving my live stream skills. Yeah, I've done a few live streams and it's great to see you guys coming on, but I'm pretty pants at it. So there's a few things I want to address with that, like the software. The camera quality is just a webcam, so the DSLR that I get I'll be able to use as a streaming camera instead of using a USB camera, which is awful. And the software, and just getting better at doing them. But I really enjoy doing them, and I want to do one a month. So I've got to obviously improve that side of it as well. More RC sponsorships. Hopefully as the channel grows, there'll be more coming on board and contacting me. Hopefully some more manufacturers and things like that. Hopefully, because obviously that helps lower my costs for bringing you more and more content, because every time I bring you content currently, I'm pretty much funding every build. So you can imagine this adds up to be thousands of pounds. The average video view that I currently get is about 4,500 to 5,000 views per video, which is chicken feed in the grand scheme of things. I'd like to see that pushing up towards more 7,000 views per video as an average over the coming year, because that's obviously how I generate an income of sorts, is by you guys watching the videos and putting up with the adverts and stuff like that. And I know the adverts are a bit of a pain, but until the channel really stands on its feet, I can't dial them back. One day I hope to dial them back further and further, so there's less and less of them, because the channel views are so high that I'm not looking to make an absolute fortune from YouTube. I never will, but that I can dial it back. So thank you for putting up with all the adverts and stuff that are currently in there, because that is really, when it boils down to it, the lifeline of the channel. Right, what else have we got? Upcoming projects. So the next few projects that are coming very, very soon, and in the next week to 2 weeks, we've got, the first one is my Traxxas TRX4. You guys probably haven't seen that for a long time. It's my bashing Traxxas. Love this, absolutely amazing vehicle. I use it all the time. Comes on the show now and again, and sometimes I strap a camera on it and then we follow other cars around and stuff like that. This is getting a little bit of love. I've got a new body to put on it and paint up on the show, but the big one for it is it's getting loads of, oh, where are you? Loads of, let's not break these, very sexy brass parts to improve its rock crawling capabilities from Treal. Treal were kind enough to send over loads and loads of very sexy brass parts. So that'll be coming in the next week or so. So that's something that's coming very soon. What else is coming very soon? Sand Scorcher body. If you haven't seen it already, I'll put a link up here. Rebecca did her Sand Scorcher build recently, and I've got to do the body soon as well. So that's going to get painted up in the next week. Then a build that's coming straight after that, back to back, is my Ivanti 2011 new in-box build. So that's coming very, very soon. That'll be a full build, paint up and run and everything. So that's coming. What else have we got? Then we have the M08 concept chassis. This is coming to be built very, very soon. Why? Because the Escort from Tamiya has been released towards the end of January, and this is the chassis that's going underneath that lovely body. So that will be built. This was a sponsorship by Euro RC, so massive thanks to them. So that will be built very, very soon. What else have we got coming back to back? Schumacher Icon. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Schumacher Icon Formula 1 car released about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. That will be built on the show. I have everything, body, wheels, tyres. So that's coming, beautiful carbon. So yeah. What else have we got? Then, oh, Camtech Metal Banger. This is a bit of a left field one. I've currently been collecting one of these, which is a metal Ford Mondeo body that's actually hand built by a guy. And I picked up all the bits you need, a metal cradle. This goes up inside. Then I've got bars that go on the side and on the bonnet as extra protection, and this goes over the servo. So I've got everything to actually make a full metal banger, which will be cool. And hopefully next year I will be able to go to a banger meeting, because I've obviously got my other Camtech banger, that's the polycarbonate one, and a metal one. So I built on the show not that long ago a Camtech hot rod model kit. I'm going to pick up another one of these. I'm going to buy one very soon, and when that arrives I'm going to do a couple of build videos with this, painting it up, fitting it all, putting decals on it, some window mesh and stuff like that. So that'll be a fun, slightly different, not as much mainstream, so that will be coming soon too. And a new one, completely new one for me as well, but that body is fantastic. I'm really impressed with that. Then we've got kits that are about to be released in January that are definitely coming to the show because I've placed orders for them. That is the Escort Mark II from Tamiya, which is why I'm using the M8 chassis to go underneath it. So that will be a full build video, running, painting, everything. The Fighter Buggy RX Memorial, that's coming as well. That's a completely new one for me. And the Fire Dragon is being released by Tamiya as well. So I've got all three of those on order. Yeah, I know how to spend money. So that's the kits that are coming. Projects that you're going to see over the next year. These ones are ones that are going to be on the beginning part of the year. Obviously, if there's new kits released, they will be in the show over the year as well. RC10 gold pan painting. Yes, I keep saying that. But my two twin RC10s will be painted up and run around the Bugrad track to get times for the timing board. There's going to be a lot more cars being run around the Bugrad track and a lot more times logged on the board, especially as we go into summer where the track is dry and I can just drive every day. Then XLS upgrade. My XLS, I have been collecting nearly every possible upgrade I can get for that car. Most of them are here now. There's just a few that are waiting to turn up, and then that will be a full strip down. Oh God. Full strip down, full rebuild, full carbon, metal, all the whole 9 yards, pro transmission and everything. So that'll be coming really soon. I thought that'd be quite a good one since a lot of you guys have run out and bought XLSs. So I thought now would be a good time to show you all the upgrades and possibilities. And then I can give you a review on do I think they're worth it or not. What else have we got? Oh, there's so much stuff coming. Then we have the King Cab. I need to finish painting the body on my highly modified King Cab. That will be coming. The Lancia is going to get a paint job and new decals. The Audi that a few people have been asking me about, finally down here, will get a full rebuild as well. My VX01 new inbox will be built. And my Terra Conqueror new inbox from Tamiya, that also will be built on the show. Juggernaut 2 rebuild, that's coming. So that's kind of the first quarter, I guess. And then we'll see how it unfolds from there. New cars coming and going, purchasing what vintage stuff arrives, whether the Schumacher released new bits and pieces. RC kits to get, things that I really want to add to my collection. Yeah, one of them is a 10th Technologies X10 or X11. Hopefully I can source one of those this year. That's one of my targets. Also, like I mentioned before, the Tamiya Tiger 1. Hopefully I can get one of those kits on, but I need all the electronics, the options and everything. So that's going to be one that's coming. They're not too difficult to get hold of, whereas the X10 is more about just trying to find one. I want to get a TTC gearbox for my Madcap. It's one of the last upgrades for that family of cars, the Astute, Super Astute and the Madcap. So I want to see if I can find one of those. Yeah, they're hen's teeth. What else? Kuroshio Mega Motors. Well, I collect a lot of Kuroshio motors, and you guys know, well, down here at the front. There's a few of those that I'm still trying to source good quality ones for. The Mega Motors, really, the blue, the yellow and the pink. That's not really what they're called, but that's the actual case on the outside, but I couldn't be bothered to write down what all the names were. But I'm missing a blue one, a yellow one and the pink one. They kind of look like this if you haven't seen them. So I'm missing a few of those. And then here's There's the blue, that's the dark blue one. It's the light blue one, I think, that I'm talking about. Or maybe I've actually got that one. And what else? And a Tamiya truck of some sort. I'm not sure. I quite like the Mercedes silver one that's just been reissued, but maybe there'll be more coming out down the road. Last but not least, let's go on to the kits I would like to see from the manufacturers in 2021. Now, I don't get any secret information or anything like that. Tamiya don't send me an email going, Gav, don't tell anyone, but I'm just going to let you know what's coming out. I never hear any of that. If anything, the information that I receive the quickest comes from one of you guys seeing something on a website. Like when the Schumacher XLS was discontinued, that was one of you guys noticing that it had been pulled from the Schumacher website, but nothing came out. Then you contacted me and told me, and then that's how I told you lot. So if you see any news or any inklings of anything that's changing, coming out or anything like that, let me know straight away and I can tell all you guys. So we all know what's going on, but I get no secret handshakes and no information like that. But what I'd like to see, Kyosho. Now Kyosho, maybe we'll see a Salute, maybe an Optima Pro, but these are pure guesses. Schumacher. Now Schumacher's a good one because they've just put out 3 brand new kits, the Storm, the Mission and the Icon. But these are new kits. So being that they've pulled the XLS and the Top Cat, we would hope that they're going to produce a new Riri vintage buggy. I really hope they are going to invest in that. And I think it's a good time. Now is the perfect time for Riri cars. So if they do, I'm hoping it will be something like a Cougar 2000, Cat 2000. What I would love to see personally, and I think might be now a good time for Schumacher if you're watching this, a short wheelbase conversion kit for the XLS. Now all the XLSs have all disappeared off the shelves and I've already seen them appearing on eBay at even more expensive prices. Would be to offer a small kit that you can make your XLS a short wheelbase kit. Now, I can't say how many people would want one of those. Put a comment below if you'd be interested in a short wheelbase conversion kit for your XLS. Because maybe it's just me, and then if that's the case, that would be a really bad thing to do, Schumacher. But if enough people really want it, a little kit with a different, just a little bits needed to modify it to be the short wheelbase kit would be an excellent one to go. Anyway, that's me personally. What would I like to see from Tamiya? Well, obviously it's the same ones we talk about all year. The Porsche 959 on its original chassis, not on a new chassis. Just don't do that, Tamiya. Don't do that to us. We don't need that. The Falcon, a lot of people would like to see. Do I think we'll see them? No. What do I think we'll see this year? Well, hopefully Super Sabre maybe. Thundershot may get a Riri again, and possibly maybe the Thunder Dragon. The Thunder Dragon would be the most likely one, being that it hasn't been Riri'd before, but that doesn't say that Tamiya doesn't just do left field stuff and will release the Thundershot again, which I think would be a good thing to do. So we might see some of those. Put your comments below. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think Tamiya might do? Will we see any left field stuff like the VQS? That was a bit interesting, wasn't it? So one of the last things that I'd like to do is basically say a massive thank you to a load of people that have helped make this year possible for me. That's Rebecca. Well, without Rebecca, that's my wife, if you don't know, this would never be possible, and she has put up with the whole year and obviously of me doing this full time. Then there's a few people that really have helped the channel and contributed to the channel. That is Duncan McGregor. Massive thank you for Duncan for making me want an X10 and bringing down his lovely one so I could see it. Then there's Wayne Mattera. Sorry, Wayne, if I ruin your name, for his amazing RC photographs that he takes and puts on the Facebook webpage. They are stunning. Gareth Curtis. Gareth is a Patreon supporter, but also he is a reseller for Treal parts. He's sponsoring the show, and also he's a Patreon supporter as well. So massive thank you to him, and I talk to him quite regularly. Who else? Jenny Etherington. Massive thank you for Jenny. She contributes loads and loads to the Facebook group, the RCKicks Facebook group, and she's now become a moderator as well to help me out with dealing with the runnings of that. And a massive thank you to her as well as she's a Patreon as well for the show. On a slightly sadder news, unfortunately, Park Fleming, who was a supporter of the show, passed away last month. So it's a bit of sad news that we lost an RC kicker. But massive thank you to Park, wherever you are now, and for sending me my screwdrivers and sending me funny emails and messages. Also, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all the 29 Patreon supporters who spend every month contributing to the show. I'll put the list of everybody going down the side, because I don't think if I read out 29 other people's names, anybody would be watching, including them. What else? Oh, 3 channels that I would love to say a massive Happy New Year and thanks, because I watch their stuff just like probably you guys do. And that's Ari from RC Retro channel. I'll put all the links in the descriptions. And Harry and Steve the Pirate. Their videos are fantastic and I've never laughed so much. Go check them out if you don't know them already. So a massive thank you to Ari. Love your content, is excellent. Then we have Adam from RC Action Australia. Another lovely guy. I talk to him all the time. He's bringing out more and more content and he's trying to grow his channel. Lovely guy. So go check him out as well. And I watch all his videos as well. And last but not least, there's Glenn from Tamiya Legends. Obviously, we all know Glenn and his channel over there, and he's pushing out more and more content and he's sticking with it, which is excellent. And I love watching his videos. So thank you guys for entertaining me. And there you go. Anyway, one last thing. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who watches, comments, sends me messages, all that kind of stuff. That really what makes it more fun. And a happy New Year to you. Oh, one other last thing. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. If you would like to win this t-shirt for free, all you've got to do is comment below, I want that swag, and I will pick some winner out of the list of comments. That's all you got to do, nothing extra. The reason I'm giving this away was last year there was a little snafu with one of my videos where one of the boxes was kind of covering a logo for a grasshopper I did, and a lot of you horrible people were commenting about what it was. So at some point I may do a t-shirt like that, but there we go. So if you'd like to win this, just comment below, yeah, I'll have that swag, or just comment. Anybody who comments below will get entered to win this, and I'll pick it in a little while. That's a bit of fun. It's brand new. I haven't worn it or anything like that. It was a gift given to me by one of you guys about a year ago. Anyway, thanks so much. Good luck and enjoy the new year.